YouTube, Niner Empire, we have an update on Brock Purdy, and it's a fairly good update. It seems like he is coming along pretty quickly in his recovery process from the turf toe injury that he suffered week 1 in Seattle. He also had the shoulder injury to his non throwing shoulder. We got an update today. He was a limited participant in practice, and Kyle Shanahan spoke to reporters following practice and mentioned that Brock Purdy does indeed have a chance to play Sunday. Now, I would still probably label his status going into Sunday as unlikely, just knowing the 49ers and knowing that they're not going to play him and risk it. But I think if he has a good week of practice, and I think if he feels like he's, you know, pretty close to 100%, if not at 100%. I think Brock Purdy plays Sunday if those things happen. Now, in my opinion, I don't think that he's going to go into this game healthy in terms of being 100%. Will the 49ers play him if he's not 100%, or would they elect to just play Mac Jones again? Obviously, Mac's coming off of a pretty good performance against the Saints in week 2. Here's what I would say. I think Purdy should play if he feels like he can, no matter if he's fully recovered or not. I know a lot of people probably think the opposite of what I'm thinking, but look, Purdy got paid. He's a $250+ million quarterback. The Niners just paid him. I think he can play through a little bit of an injury. And I think Brock Purdy at 85 to 90% is better than Mac Jones at 100%. Mac Jones played very well last week. I get that. But he played the Saints. The Saints are arguably the worst team in the NFL, and their defense is horrible. This is a little bit different of a match. They're playing the Cardinals. It's obviously a divisional game. Divisional games are important. I think this game's going to be – I think I would put the Cardinals as the favorite to win this game. If Mac Jones is starting, I'm not going to go on a limb and say that I think they're going to beat the 49ers, because I still think the Niners could pull it out with Mac Jones playing. But the Cardinals have a much better defense than the Saints do. So give me Brock Purdy at 85 to 90% over a healthy Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones looked very well. I'm not trying to discredit him by any means, but I think he looked very well. And I think the Saints being bad had a lot to do with that. So again, I mean, I can't really, I genuinely don't know if Brock Purdy's going to be able to play or not. I think him being a limited participant, and it's Wednesday, I think that's a good sign. If he's a full participant Friday, I would imagine that he plays. There's zero chance that he doesn't otherwise. The only way I would see him not playing is if they obviously keep him limited throughout the entire week, which is a good chance of that. There's a good chance of that happening, him being a limited participant throughout the entire week. But again, I think if he can start ramping up, and if he feels good, by Friday or on Friday, I think they're going to play Brock Purdy. Again, the only reason the only way I see them not playing Purdy is if, number one, he stays a limited participant. And I think, I think and I guess another reason that would go into it would be they just want to be cautious, which I get. You just paid him a lot of money. You would hate for Brock Purdy to go out there and re-injure that toe or that shoulder, and then he's out for an extended period of time. We just seen Joe Burrow go down with turf toe. Joe Burrow's injury requires surgery, and he's going to be out for 3 months. So Brock Purdy obviously avoided, the severe side of turf toe that Joe Burrow's dealing with. So obviously, it just depends on, I have no idea what the chances are of him, re-aggravating the injury to the point where he's now in Joe Burrow's position. If there's any chance of that, obviously keep him out until he's fully recovered. But I think here's what I'll say. I think knowing that Brock Purdy is a limited participant today and that he returned to practice, and Shanahan saying that he already has a chance to play in this week 3 game against the Cardinals, in my opinion, he's 100% going to be able to play week 4 versus the Jaguars. I'm pretty sure that's who the 49ers play following the Cardinals game. Yeah, it's the Jaguars. And then obviously they have the Thursday night game, October 2nd against the Rams. So the part of me really wants him to just suit up and power through it because it is a divisional game and it's against the Cardinals. And the 49ers didn't do too hot last year against the Cardinals. The 49ers need to sweep the Cardinals this year. I think they're going to sweep the Seahawks. They have to sweep the Cardinals. In my opinion, I would play Brock Purdy, but maybe that's why I'm sitting at home as a fan, making videos. I'm not a coach. I'm not somebody that is probably suited to make those decisions. So I have no idea what they're going to do here. I think it's good. I think if he doesn't play Sunday, he's definitely returning week 4 against the Jags. So that is the bright side. Can the 49ers get by one more week with Mac Jones and beat the Cardinals in a divisional game? I don't know. The Cardinals are a much better team than the Saints are. So we're going to see what happens. I don't know what the chances are of him playing. We just know that there is a chance. But if he's cleared to play against the Cardinals this week, should the 49ers let him rest one more week or should they play him? Let me know in the comments down below. I would say play him. He's making a lot of money. It really comes down to the chances of him re-aggravating it, and for him, him re-aggravating it and then him being out even more time. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. It is good though that he's Shanahan said that he has a chance to play. We're going to see what happens. Seemed like after looking on Twitter at the videos of him practicing, he was practicing very gingerly, I guess is the word you could use for that. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Should the 49ers let him play? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm kind of in the middle on this. I would lean towards yes, but I think it would have to be something where like there's, less than a 5% chance that he re-aggravates the toe and that, it ends up keeping him out for an extended period of time. So we'll see what happens. I do think the 49ers could probably beat the Cardinals with Mac Jones. I'm not as sold as I was last week against the Saints. I mean, the 49ers did exactly what they needed to do, and that was to win the game last week. They were still the better team with Mac Jones, and he played well. I'm not discrediting Mac Jones. I just think he played as well as he did just because it was the Saints. I think this game's going to be a lot different. We'll see what happens. Brock Purdy, limited participant in practice today. And again, Kyle Shanahan says that he has a chance to return versus the Cardinals this upcoming Sunday. I hope he plays because obviously the Niners are a much better team to watch when Brock Purdy's playing. And it kind of sucks as a fan when Brock Purdy isn't playing. You got to watch the backup because you're watching a team that, it's not the true identity of the team. You guys get it. But at the end of the day, I mean, what matters most is Brock Purdy's health. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if he can ramp up to a full participant. We'll see if he gets cleared. I'll keep you guys updated. As always, go Niners. I'll see you guys in the next one.